Welcome to St Andrews, Birmingham. Live this afternoon, it's Birmingham, newly promoted from Division 3 against Grimsby, who avoided relegation on the final day of last season. Now, the Blues have made a good start in the league, winning both games so far. Grimsby lost at Charlton, but overcame Watford, with Clive Mendonca among the goals. 3 in 3 games already for Clive. Well, and joining me today is Dave Bassett, who sold Mendonca.
Always the way, when you sell somebody, they do well. I bought Clive back to Sheffield United a year ago, but it didn't quite work out, and the player went to Grimsby on loan for 2 months last year. Alan Buckley was always keen on him and felt that he suited his style of play. Clive wanted to go there, and just before the season started, Alan completed the transfer. And I'm delighted for Clive, because he is a goal scorer, and he's not quite blossomed at Sheffield United.
Well, sometimes players do need a move, David, don't they?
They do. I mean, Clive was there when I took over more or less 5 years ago, and we sold him to Rotherham for 15,000 at that time, because he was a young lad. And I watched his development at Rotherham, and the reason I bought him last summer, because I thought he'd taken that next step forward. But it didn't quite work out, unfortunately.
Anyone else here this afternoon we should be looking out for?
Well, I think it's interesting. It's the first time I've seen Birmingham play, but I've seen Grimsby a few times, and they can be quite an attractive side. I think they might have lost Cunnington in midfield, who's gone to Sunderland, but it'd be interesting to see whether Groves takes on that position. And they can be a lively side if they get on top of their game.
I believe they play a lot of good football, David.
Yes, they can play in, and I think, you know, Clive will play off of the other big centre-forward, Woods.
Okay. Now, if you fancy winning one of these, it's the brand new Mitre official Football League ball. Well, we'll be giving away 6 of them in a competition at half-time, so don't miss that. Well, one of our commentary team loves coming back to St Andrews, and memories come flooding back. And I have to tell you, it's not John Helm.
Getting in behind him. McFarlane has come away to meet him. And that's Francis. He's got to get one. He has. Trevor Francis. Whole of the Villa side. Between Burns and the goal. Down for Hatton. Oh, Francis.
Yes, the early days and the glorious career of Trevor Francis. From Birmingham to Nottingham, a huge success in Italy, a regular with England, but now firmly in the clutches of Helmy.
Well, yes, I'm here on the gantry with Trevor Francis. I think my immediate memory is of Kenny Burns there with the very long hair and a long beard. My beard isn't quite so long. Here's the Birmingham City lineup for today's game. And Mark Cooper, the son of manager Terry Cooper, has been brought in wearing the number 4 jersey. And there's a change too at number 11, where Jason Beckford, the brother of Norwich City's Darren Beckford, takes over from Ian Rogerson in the number 11 shirt. A few problems, Birmingham City, and Paul Marden only passed a fitness test on his left ankle injury just before the kick-off. Well, we have a look at the Grimsby Town lineup now. No such problems for Alan Buckley. This is the side which went through to the second round of the Coca-Cola Cup in midweek on penalties against Barnsley, which means a league debut today for Peter Handyside, wearing the number 4 jersey. He's an 18-year-old Scottish boy, former YTS lad, and he is in because Graham Rodger, the new captain of Grimsby Town, is out through injury. Well, Trevor is alongside me, and Trevor, I suppose it brings back great memories, obviously, this for you.
Yes, it's been a few years since I came to St Andrews, but that's where I started my career, and I think I'll always have fond memories of the place that gave me my debut.
Remember 1 or 2 memorable goals, obviously, and there were plenty here. And just very quickly, a word about David Hurst, because I think you've got some bad news of your Sheffield Wednesday striker today.
Yes, David took a nasty bang yesterday at Highbury, and it's bad news for David and for myself, because he's now in plaster, and he's going to be out for 4 weeks with a cracked ankle bone.
That's very, very bad news. Well, we've had a false kick-off at the game. So Birmingham City in the all-blue strip, getting the game underway here at St Andrews. Grimsby in the familiar black and white stripes. And the ball breaking here for the small number 4 of the Birmingham City side, who is Mark Cooper. That's Mendonca trying to feed Neil Woods through, and now we'll see the goalkeeper clear the ball straight into the crowd. That was the clearance of Andy Gosney, and again brought about by the new back pass rule. So throw-in for Grimsby Town, taken by McDermott. Mendonca beaten on the jump by the fullback John Frayne. So the early pressure is from Grimsby Town, and here might be Mendonca inside the Birmingham penalty area. It's played out, and there was nothing else that Darren Rogers could do about that. McDermott the square ball, but the whistle has already sounded. The whistle of referee Colin Trussell from Liverpool. Grimsby, Trevor, obviously very determined today to get an away victory. They've not had the best of starts to the season. League points vital for them.
No, they've started in very determined fashion. I think that they're obviously aware of Birmingham's bad result during the midweek, losing 4-1 at home, and they're trying to capitalise on that. I think Birmingham a little bit edgy early on, which is to be expected after that result, and I think that Grimsby are looking to put them under early pressure.
They are. I was down here during the week when Exeter City scored four goals against Birmingham, and defence was very dodgy on the day. That's Woods taking it on the chest, and the free kick is conceded by Rogers. Grimsby's problem all last season was scoring goals. The leading marksman was Neil Woods with just 8. So the captain, Paul Agnew, will take this free kick. He's captain today because of the absence of Graham Rodger. And what's more, he's found a Grimsby man up there as well, and it's going to come down here to Mark Smith, who's a very left-footed player. Looks to get the ball in, and it's a good cross as well, and it's sliced behind by the Birmingham defender Frayne. Good approach play, nice cross from Smith as well. He could have even put that one into his own net. Grimsby's corner, and it's being taken in front of the travelling army from Cleethorpes. Here's the corner then from Smith, driven, and it's a very, very blustery day. I always believe that the wind is the worst possible adverse condition for footballers. It's knocked in, here's Mendonca, and Grimsby have scored the first goal here, and Clive Mendonca maintains his ratio. That's 4 in 4 for the striker, who is banging form. The ball is nicely headed onto him there by Neil Woods, and that's a cheeky little chip beyond Gosney, and Grimsby have made the perfect start, Trevor.
Well, it's not unexpected. They've taken the game to Birmingham, but that was very, very poor defending by Birmingham. 2 defenders completely leaving Neil Woods unmarked. And then Mendonca, of course, he was unmarked, but it was a very, very good finish by him. Calmly taken. He's obviously a player with playing with great confidence at the moment.
Absolutely, that was my first thought. That is a sign of a man in form, and Grimsby come again. So the journey from Cleethorpes will seem a good one for those loyal fans at the moment. Jobling with the throw-in. All the early pressure is on Birmingham City. They've hardly been in the Grimsby half yet. Stroked wide by Groves to Smith, who played his part in that goal. Can't get it across, but here's Groves once more, nicking it into the penalty area. Mendonca, and it was cleared that time by Frayne. He's acting more as a central defender, and that's going to be another Grimsby free kick, and Birmingham just can't get out of their own half.
No, and it's not helping them either, kicking against the wind. It's obviously favouring Grimsby, who I think won the toss, decided to kick with the wind. And it's causing Birmingham no end of problems in these early few minutes.
It's been a great start for Grimsby. Now then, what's Kevin Jobling going to do? He looks as though he's going to whip it in with his right foot. He is. It's dangerous. It's flicked off a Birmingham head. It's Grimsby's corner. Well, at least we haven't had what happened on the last 2 encounters between these sides. That was the season before last, when both matches here and at Blundell Park ended scoreless. We've already had a goal. Grimsby playing all the football, and they're a good footballing team as well. There was no offside flag, so this time Mr. Trussell has seen something, and it's going to be Birmingham's free kick. And of course, Birmingham are going to be edgy, having had that adverse result in midweek. This is the last thing they wanted.
That's right. As I said, I'm sure Alan Buckley was well aware of that result, and I would think Terry Cooper's last words before he came out was, it's very, very important that the first 10 minutes we don't concede.
Which is exactly what they did do. And in sharply again, and the ball breaks for Mendonca, and he looked for the support up the middle from Neil Woods. He gets that support, although Woods just goes down edge of the area. Birmingham are really struggling. That's a free kick again. Rodgers on Mendonca. Already taken. McDermott's ball in, and it's over the top for another corner. This time it was Tate who got in there. Well, it's a whirlwind start. Funnily, I saw a very similar one yesterday where Manchester City went 2 up in the first few minutes against Oldham, but Oldham had the character to come back. This is going to be a test of Birmingham's character.
Yes, I saw one at Highbury also.
Hurricane Andrews strikes again. Corner kick for Grimsby Town. They lead 1-0. And the sun comes out. Again, the chance is here to play it in, but Dobbin rolls it back for Jobling. Now it's long. Woods is in there for it. It's going to come down. Still up in the air. Birmingham really struggling once more, but the ball is finally knocked back to Gosney, and they can have a bit of a breather. Well, you see the problem there that the wind has posed. He couldn't even reach his own halfway line, Andy Gosney. And now, because it's a pass back, he's got to bring it out and play it with his foot. Although the captain's notes in today's programme suggest that Gosney actually enjoys this new role he's got. 2 players contesting the same ball there, so perhaps they can't hear each other in the wind either. It's a handball, Woods. And the captain is Clarkson, who is taking the free kick. He's got a responsibility. Very young lad to be captain. He's still only 21. That ball drilled into the heart of the Grimsby penalty box. And it's cleared by Dobbin. Now, the question is, does he pass it back with the foot? Yes, he does. Trevor, I'm going to ask for your comments about that. You and I might differ slightly on this. I read your article about it the other day. I don't think you're too keen on this new back pass route, really, are you?
Well, I think I'd said I reserve judgment. I think it's still far too early to make my mind up about it.
That's a good turn. But free kick's already been awarded for the challenge on Louis Donowa. Yes, my feeling is just that it certainly has quickened up the game a lot, and the ball is not out of play as much as it used to be.
Yes, undoubtedly the fitness levels of players has to be far higher. I think that the demands on players are getting greater and greater. Obviously, there's more pressure on goalkeepers with the new ruling, but the most important thing of all is that it's bringing greater entertainment, which has got to be the most important factor.
That would be my overriding vote in favour. Free kick for Birmingham City. And, well, scrambled away. It's probably not quite the right expression. It took the deflection, and Birmingham will have a corner kick. Don't think anybody really knew where the ball was then. Now, John Frayne takes the corners for Birmingham from this side with his left foot, so it'll swing in towards goalkeeper Rhys Wilmot. And he's got to be positive here. There's the flick on from Sale, and in the end a comfortable catch from Gleghorn's header. But that is one area where Birmingham might be dangerous. This new centre forward they've got, Mark Sale, is 6'5".
Yes, it was no surprise that Birmingham there concentrating on the near post corner. So difficult to deal with.
Well, that's danger right at the other end straight away. And that again was carried by the wind, and he's got himself into trouble, Clarkson, and he's helped out a little bit by the tackle on him, which was a foul one from Mark Smith. Birmingham 0, Grimsby 1.
It'll be interesting to see what sort of problems Mark Sale does pose at the back there for Grimsby, because when you look at the side, they don't have any great heights in the back four.
Now for young Peter Handyside, what a great day, making his league debut. More of him in a moment. This is Louis Donowa, who is Birmingham's top goal scorer, and he's won a corner kick. Donowa's certainly been around at Norwich and Ipswich. He's had a couple of clubs in Holland as well. Came back to Bristol City. There is Sale. He is a big lad. They signed him from a club called Roaster. Here's the corner kick, and Sale is in there for it as well. And oh, it's off the inside from Gleghorn. It's a goal. The goal is given, and Birmingham City have got their equaliser. And it was just that problem that we mentioned. Sale won the first header. There he is. Gleghorn comes in and guides it. Well, yes, the linesman said it was over the white line. If in his terms parallel, of course, with the line, he says that's a goal. It came off the underside, came out, but Gleghorn is a goal scorer for Birmingham.
Yes, Gleghorn, a natural goal scorer, first to react. It was a good header. I was in no doubt that it was hit the back stanchion and came out. The referee had to look to the linesman, but fortunately for Birmingham, the linesman saw it very, very clearly.
And that's made a game of it, certainly now, because the way Grimsby had started, you wondered how Birmingham were ever going to get out. They have now, and they've got a goal. Their confidence will be oozing again. 1-1. Terrific start. Mendonca, who gave Grimsby the lead. This time it's not produced a good ball from handy side. Birmingham City's throw in. So here it is from our camera in the net. Oh, it's, well, we did see it well. Nearly broke the lens. Flicked forward into the path of Mendonca, whose first touch just let him down on this occasion. See, Gosney's played it straight out of play there, and that was one where he perhaps took his own fullback a little by surprise. So Alan Buckley's side come back. Quite sure about this new strip of Birmingham City. The crowd don't approve of that decision. I'm not sure I approve of this strip either. Blue with yellow flashings all over the place. It's in keeping with the modern trend, I suppose. It's not quite what you used to playing here, Trevor.
It's all about fashion these days, isn't it?
Yes, and selling to the youth of today. So again, pressure put on Gosney, and look at that. He really took a wild swipe at the ball there. And it's brought Grimsby forward again here with Smith. It's a very open game, that is for sure. And it cannons away from Smith into the hands of the Birmingham goalkeeper. But whereas the wind usually is tricky in a devilish sort of way, today it's actually adding to the excitement.
I think Darren Rogers at the heart of the Birmingham defence has to be careful, because that's the fourth occasion now he's passed it back to the goalkeeper. Rather unnecessary, I feel. Passing back from 30, 40 yards out, unless you're under extreme pressure, is totally unnecessary, and he put his keeper Gosney in all sorts of trouble with that back pass.
That's right, and it gets the goalkeepers a bit dithery as well when they've suffered as he did a moment ago. This is Woods. Back from Smith to Jobling.
There are obvious times when you have no alternative but to play it back to the keeper, but I think that you know, players should be encouraged to get the ball down and have confidence to play the ball rather than use the keeper continually.
Yes, that's my other point, Trevor, about the new rule. I think it is making players think more. You can actually see people thinking out there, can't you? They've got to do it, and that's good for them.
Do it!
One for Mendonca to chase up the middle, and Rogers that time, he's been listening to you. He didn't play it back. I was going to say, Neil Woods just had to be in an offside position there. The linesman on this side was just a little hesitant. Terry Cooper Well known around Leeds circles, of course, the former Leeds United and England fullback, who's managed both Bristol clubs and Exeter on his way here to Birmingham. And he's done a very sound job wherever he's been. Donowa swirling the ball across, and Sale took a tumble, and the referee said that there was an infringement in there. Tommy Watson's got a bit to say about it. Free kicker.
Certainly a good cross there from Donowa. It appeared that he was going to just knock the ball back to Beckford, but his cross was an intelligent cross and caused all sorts of problems for Grimsby.
Been a lot of intelligent football played, showing there is life outside the Premier Division. He was well in there, was Agnew, enjoying the responsibilities of captaincy today, but this is Tate. Spreads it nicely, bringing in Frayne. Now it's forward from Gleghorn, an intelligent run by Tate, who really started that move. And I know Terry Cooper's got a very high opinion of this young man here, who missed almost the whole season through injury, but he's now back to his best. This is Gleghorn, one of the most experienced members in this Birmingham side. And he's going to get the ball across as well. Might be trouble here. Wilmot missed it, and it was fortunate for Grimsby that it broke for Mark Smith. That was a good ball in from Gleghorn. Jobling. A run being made up the middle, and also won by Woods down this left touchline. He'll just about keep it in, and we'll get support from Smith, who cleverly created space for himself. Beckford and Clarkson contrived to get the ball out. Took that down nicely touched from Mark Sale. He's only 20. Had a couple of league games for Cambridge United before he went into non-league football, and has now come back determined to make a profession of it. That's given Frayne a chase. A determined but rather rash challenge from Frayne. So Grimsby's free kick. 1-1 it is. McDermott. Grimsby with the advantage of the wind still. Although wind is a notorious factor, it can change round too.
It can do, but you feel that if Grimsby are going to win this game, they need an advantage by half-time.
Gosney has certainly landed that one further than any of his previous clearances. To say it was against the wind, he got good distance.
Yes, you can't help but think what he's going to do in the second half. It could be Birmingham's best bet for scoring a goal.
Something I have never seen. I've never seen a goalkeeper score in open play. Have you, Trevor?
Only on television. Spurs against Manchester United, was it? At Old Trafford when Stepney was in goal, or vice versa. Stepney was definitely involved.
Well, and funnily enough, Peter Shilton, I think, once, and also Steve Sherwood, who is Grimsby's reserve goalkeeper, who once got one for Watford. However, yes, it was Pat Jennings who got that one in the Charity Shield against Manchester United.
That's the one I was thinking of. Talking of goalkeepers scoring, I was at the Dell last Monday night, Southampton against Manchester United, and Schmeichel actually kicked the ball into the crowd, went over the crossbar at the other end.
He does kick a long ball, doesn't he? Free kick then for Birmingham City, who will be relieved to have got themselves back into this game. As you can see, we've got an injury down. I think it looks like Tommy Watson who's getting the treatment, is it? No, it's Mark Smith. Mark Smith, who's got something in his eye by the look of it. I hadn't noticed him go off, to be honest, but they'll be hoping he's back on quickly. Birmingham are dangerous again with that height of sail. Now then, what can he do with his feet? We know he's done pretty well with his head, and that's going to be a corner again. He's made quite an impressive start to the game, has Mark Sale.
Yes, he played his part in the Birmingham equaliser, and as I previously said, not a great deal of heights in the Grimsby defence, and I think that he'll cause problems. I would think, especially in the second half, with the wind in Birmingham's favour.
Look at determination on the face of Rhys Wilmot, the Grimsby Town goalkeeper, as this corner is taken by Frayne. Sale's tussling for it again, and this time Grimsby do get it away, and to one of their own men in Smith. So Beckford did really well there to keep that ball in play and win it again for Birmingham. Now that's Frayne's longer ball over the top of little McDermott, who'll scurry after it. And that was good full-back play by McDermott. It just allowed the pace of the ball to carry it dead. That's deflected away to Mendonca. Back for McDermott once more. Sprightly on the ball. Watson. And this time McDermott's pass easily intercepted by Mark Cooper. Oh, and that's excellent work. That was really good play by Donower. He's exciting on the ball, and it takes a challenge here from Paul Groves to halt him in his tracks, and Paul Groves will be certainly spoken to, if not cautioned, by Mr. Tucker for that. Paul Groves, close season signing from Blackpool, who's been brought in to replace Sean Cunnington, who's now gone to Sunderland, of course. Here's the free kick already taken, and again there'll be problems up there for Grimsby, but it's Jobling who smacks it away downfield. Collected, neatly trapped by Paul Martin. Both sides do try and play good football. It's good to see them both playing the ball along the deck. That's neat. From Groves, it's gone to Mendonca. Groves is trying to get up the middle. Here he is, a good ball. Groves past the goalkeeper, who did his job well. Gosney came out, and that was just the sort of situation where a goalkeeper can bring a player down. He managed to avoid that, and that's going to be too long now. But that was a difficult situation for the goalkeeper to read.
It was good play from Grimsby. Intelligent passing, passing to feet. Keeper decided to come. Did well. When you come that far off your goal line, it's important you get there. He made the right decision on that occasion, Gosney.
Donower going more into the game, Louis Donower. It's interesting the position he's playing today, up the middle. There he is again. He's not quite tall enough to combat Agnew's challenge, and here's a sprint on. And what's he going to do this time, Rodgers? Surely he's not going to pass it back to his keeper from there. The danger is he'll give the ball away. Well, he's got to throw it, but again you could see him thinking, what shall I do?
Well, I think on that occasion there you have to play safety first. That ball should have gone straight into touch for a throw-in. You don't take chances when you're the last man in defence.
No whistle, so Mendonca taking it on the knee, sets up another Birmingham move. And it's spread inside for Groves, who might try a dip from here. He does, all along the ground. Bit of a daisy cutter, easily collected by Gosney. Paul Groves still looking to open his scoring account for Grimsby. Mendonca was about 20 yards offside there. There was an occasion yesterday at Main Road where both sides were offside at the same time because 20 players were all gathered in about a 15-yard area. more danger now as that ball is looped over the top of McDermott, who kept his eye on the ball. That was good full-back play from John McDermott. If he missed his kick at all there, Gleghorn was in behind him. And Gleghorn and Sale are the two men that caused quite a few problems for Grimsby, along with Donowa. And here is said man Donowa. Gleghorn's cross, it'll curl away from Wilmot. Palms it down this time. And the scoreline remains 1 apiece.
That's a welcome sign for the Grimsby defence. Rhys Wilmot coming taking the ball there because, as I say, with a big fella like Sale around, 6'5", they certainly need Rhys Wilmot coming for crosses.
He's an experienced goalkeeper, played for Arsenal, of course. 8 games in their first team, and he was unlucky, of course, that his new manager when he was at Plymouth Argyle just happened to be Peter Shilton. Kept him out. Handyside did well there, he beat Sale on the jump. Donowa will contest this ball with Agnew, who does take the safety first route by putting the ball into the crowd. Northern Ireland man, Paul Agnew. So some more defending to do for the Mariners. And that is pretty long as well, and it's going to be a corner kick. It was put behind by Handyside. At the start of the season, couldn't have dreamt of playing in the first team. There was Mark Lever, of course, is a first choice, but he's still trying to come back from an ankle operation. Paul Futcher's only on the bench today after hamstring trouble, with Graham Rodger out as well. It really is a second choice central defence, but they're doing okay. And there he is again, Handyside. There he is yet again. Well, that certainly will have boosted his confidence. Figured 3 times there. Frey lobs it to the edge of Grimsby's area, where Handyside, dare I say it once more, is the player who is there for Grimsby. Tate, Birmingham. Good ball in as well, looking for Sale, just gone beyond him. Trevor, a word about Peter Handyside. So it must be a great moment for any youngster to come on and make a league debut, and he's made quite a confident beginning.
Yes, I think whatever he goes on to in his career, he'll always look back on this as the day where it all started. I can remember my debut as if it was yesterday, coming on as a second-half substitute at Cardiff for a player called Johnny Vincent. I don't know if you remember, and that'll always be very, very fixed in my memories.
I think you did have to get a few goals, Trevor, as well. 4, wasn't it?
Not on my debut, though.
No, not on your debut. Very soon afterwards, you got the 4. Mendonca for Grimsby, who are... Well, they have already made a change in personnel. Mark Smith is off. We saw him with that eye injury, and so Chris Hargreaves has taken his place, wearing number 14. And there he is, on cue. The word is that the ball struck Mark Smith in the eye, and he's suffering from bad vision. Well, they'll need their vision to be at their best now, because Beckford has made a break, and then he's not been able to play Donowa in. And Donker would have been offside. But that time the referee and linesman sensibly allowed play to continue. And Gleghorn is looking to get the better of McDermott, which he has done. It's safely gathered in.
Yes, good ball in from Gleghorn. He's a bit disappointed there. There wasn't a better reaction from his forwards. Good near post ball, and his teammates didn't react as they should have done.
Birmingham have certainly overcome a very rocky start in the game. No free kick. Grimsby have just started to hit rather hopeful balls for Mendonca to chase. And this time the clearance is long and Beckford couldn't quite control it. Good challenge by Jobling to win it back. This is Hargreaves. His first real touch. Now Mendonca. Swirling ball in. There's a bit of space. The little flick back. And toe poked away, but not very far to Watson. Groves is very much directing operations outside the area. Watson again. And he rather dallied. Donoghue wasn't really aware of McDermott's presence, but he's ridden the challenge. He's gone a long way too. Rather overdid it. Well, there we have Mark Smith just holding the cotton wool to his left eye and hoping that normal vision is soon restored, but clearly it was the right decision for Grimsby to take him off if his vision was so badly impaired. Sale just hesitated fractionally. The linesman's flag raised. I think he might as well put it down now because Place continued with a wayward ball. It picked out Hargreaves on the wrong side. Now the goalkeeper can handle now because that ball was headed back to him. Sale, a twisting header which Handyside controlled. Watson got to beware on the offside, and Woods is offside by about a couple of feet. Testing the linesman on this near side. Neil Woods, Grimsby's leading scorer last season, but yet to get off the mark this time. Well, the doctor has been called for to look at Mark Smith, who in fact is just being led away beneath me. Meanwhile, we'll concentrate on the action inside that Grimsby penalty area. And Gleghorn's shot just threatened momentarily to drag itself wide of Wilmot. The keeper fell on it. Dobbin, and he was tackled. It was a rather late tackle there. 12 minutes from half-time. It's still Birmingham City 1, Grimsby Town 1. The game has settled down into a bit of a pattern now.
Yes, quite clearly Birmingham have got over their opening bad period, first 5 minutes when they conceded that goal. They were very, very edgy early on, but it's a rather even game now.
Yes, Groves has come a bit more into the match for Grimsby as well. And this is jobbling for them. Takes it back from Dobbin, gives it to Hargreaves. A leggy sort of runner, but wasn't able to get the better of Clarkson that time. So Mendonca is here. Seems a long time since that goal of his now, but he's opened it for Groves here to smack it in. Oh, and a good stop. Gosney had to be very smart there. Somebody could have pounced on it had he not been able to dive on the ball, but a good effort from Groves, who've been taking up intelligent positions.
Yes, given a little bit too much room for my liking, but he certainly struck the ball very well, and it's a good, clean save from Gosney.
You sound like a Birmingham City fan there, Trevor, for my liking. I suppose you never lose that, actually, do you? You know, you never lose an affinity with your first club in particular.
You're quite right, yes. Didn't mean it to be so obvious as that, but... No, I felt that once or twice the Grimsby forwards have been given too much room. I think that they must, Birmingham must press a little bit quicker. We're inviting them to have a pot at goal.
Here's Birmingham's free kick now, and Sale will be there for it again. Unable to get much power on the header this time, though. But, when you're 6'5", you've got every chance of winning the ball in the air. Woods to Watson. Now McDermott. But it is good to see these two sides playing the ball along the ground. Alan Buckley and Terry Cooper, both disciples of the pure game of football. And the four square. 10 minutes from half-time. Sale. Shadowed by Handyside. He's certainly not been overawed at the size of the opponent. Big lad himself, 6'2", Handyside. Scott.
Most of the problems that Birmingham are causing the Grimsby defence are coming down that left-hand side. Gleghorn's taken a very, very wide position, virtually on the touchline, stretching the Grimsby defence. And that's where the biggest problem's coming, down that side.
That's right, and McDermott's had to use all his powers of concentration against them. Alan Buckley, it also brings back memories for him, of course, coming to St Andrews, as it does for you, Trevor. Alan Buckley had a short spell with this club, although he's best remembered as a prolific scorer for Walsall, of course. The wind just seems to whip up a bit more again. Clarkson comes in and tries to get a clean boot on it and couldn't do so. So Jobling's break out, tries to feed Woods through the middle. Well, Frayne did exceptionally well to get that ball up to a colleague. The wind seems to be really strong against Birmingham again just for the moment. Must be playing havoc with the golf shops at the Belfry, not far from here, where the English Open is being staged. Good challenge by Hargreaves. Beckford kept it in. And then his challenge on Jobling was a little bit too strenuous or vigorous for the like of the referee. Trevor, once again we'll be asking you to name a man of the match here at St Andrews today. But it's certainly been a lively game, so no shortage of contenders. And the winner, by the way, gets a bottle of bubbly as he comes off the pitch, literally.
Doesn't really matter who I name, because they'll obviously blame Dave Bassett, I would imagine, like they did at Barnsley.
Yes, we won't say what the crowd chanted at the time. Dave Bassett heard every word, as we do. It was a dead right, the choice on that day. Kevin Keane of West Ham, nobody could have disputed that. Here is the free kick from Jobling. It's going to go all the way through to the keeper. Well, we'll have a quick word with Dave Bassett. Dave, it got off to quite a good start, a very lively beginning to this match, didn't it?
Very exciting. I think the wind played a part in that, and when the sun came out, it seemed to even up the game, and the wind's come back again, and it's allowed Grimsby to sort of get a bit more territorial advantage. But I'm sure, we've got a good attack here you want to obviously watch.
Well, there's a nice little move there involving one of your old men, Clive Mendonca. Old man, when I say former Sheffield United player, of course, and Rotherham, Mendonca. Rotherham's Grimsby's goal scorer today, but there he is, unable to control that ball through from Jobling. And a goal kick. Dave, how big an effect do you think the wind is going to play in the second half?
I think it will play a big effect. I think Cleghorn will be looking to get crosses in to hit the big boy, Sal, who looks a bit of a handful for Grimsby. I think there's more goals because both sets of defences don't look capable of stopping the forwards.
I hope you're right. 1-1 it is at the moment. Birmingham having come back through Nigel Gleghorn. Here's Donovan. He's got great pace and he just loves to take on defenders as he takes on McDermott now. Right, then left. Here's the cross. Good one as well. And the diving header from Sale carries the ball wide. But that was a lovely piece of work from Louis Donovan initially.
Yes, it's been very impressive in this first half. I like his determined runs. He's got great pace. And that was a great cross onto the head of Sale. Dunaway and Gleghorn down that left-hand side are presenting plenty of problems to Grimsby. I would think that during the half-time team talk, Alan Buckley will talk about strength in that area because they're causing too many problems for him.
And we are in the closing stages of the first half now, and it's Birmingham just calling the shots for the moment. There's an intelligent ball up to Cooper. Twisting this way and that, and then crossing the ball in again for Jobling to get up there with his head. Then Hargreaves got a foot in when it was needed, and Woods, and he's got a man on his left if he can feed him through, and Hargreaves, he was pushed out of the way by Rodgers, was he? Well, no, the referee saw nothing unfair in that, and the game continues, and there was no great complaint from Hargreaves either. just a good 6 of one and half a dozen of the other tussle. Then again, you saw the problem for the Birmingham player who just put the ball straight out of play. Martin.
Alan Buckley below me, furious at the referee there, because as you can probably see now, a clear push from Rodgers there on the Grimsby forward.
Well, I thought it was initially. Hayes Woods slicing it, and Dobbin just can't get through. I thought it was a clear push, yes. However, Mr. Trussell's the man in charge. It's broken kindly for McDermott. Mendonca calling for it up the middle. Dobbin. The ball in is towards Mendonca. Grimsby regather, regroup. Good ball, but Mendonca had strayed just a yard too far. And it looks as though we're going to go into the break at 1-1. But Birmingham will be quite pleased with that after the very wobbly start they made. Slipped into space here for Donovan, who's turned his man Agnew, who stays with him, however. And then when it breaks to Mendonca, happily for Grimsby. And that was good play by Woods. He created the space, and Mendonca tries to get in there. And that's excellent defensive work by John Frayne. It's a very left-footed play, but the number of times Frayne had to come across to do that, he did well.
Yeah, it certainly was. Good covering play there. He saw the danger early. That was good full-back play from Frayne.
Donovan, and Wilmot now. Well, it is really fast and furious. That did go from one penalty box to the other very sharply indeed. And Wilmot maintained his concentration.
Actually, Frayne reminds me very much of his boss's style of play. Same sort of stature.
Yeah, what a great fullback Terry Cooper was. Won't be many better, that is for sure. Gleghorn knocking it down. Donovan's played an increasing part for Birmingham in this match, and he had a little touch there. Beckford has given width to the move, and it's rather sliced across the face. Out as far as Cooper, who might get it back. Almost trod on the ball, I fancy. Woods would have been offside if that ball had been delivered first time. Grimsby have men spare on the left. Might be just a little long for Mendonca this time. But I think the game has shown that there is some good football being played in the First Division.
Yes, and I agree with what Dave Bassett said, that you feel there are more goals in this game. Both defences, they don't look entirely happy. I think obviously the wind's having a big bearing on it. It's very, very difficult trying to defend when the ball's swirling around in this wind. I'll be surprised if there's not more goals in the second half.
Nice for the two Sheffield managers to agree. United and Wednesday, we've got them both with us here today. Half-time approaching as Birmingham get another free kick. Mr. Trussell certainly has been given no problems at all by the players today. The demeanour's been excellent on both sides. Because sometimes in the wind it does tend to lead to frayed tempers, but not today. Birmingham's free kick. Sale underneath it. Hargreaves to Mendonca to Woods, and again that charge up the middle, and it clips Hargreaves' ankle, but he might still try and play Mendonca in. Here is Mendonca now. Rodgers has to take it away from the danger zone. He also strikes me as being a rather left-footed player, a bit like John Frayne in that sense. So half-time here at St Andrews, and a lively half it has been as well, with Grimsby getting the fillip of a very early goal indeed from Clive Mendonca, his fourth in 4 games. But Birmingham City showing the character to come back, and they did so with a Nigel Gleghorn header, which went in off the underside of the crossbar. Half-time then is Birmingham City 1, Grimsby 1. We'll have the views of Dave Bassett with Ian St John straight after this break.
welcome back. Well, David, it's been a pretty even-steven game and a very enjoyable game, I think.
Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been exciting, even though the wind's making it difficult. Both sides are playing a good game of football, and Grimsby started extremely well and looked like they were going to run riot, scored a goal, had 4 corners, but then Birmingham forced their way back into the game, got a good equaliser from the corner, and Cleghorn did well there, and it's been fairly even-steven, and both sides have had a couple of opportunities to increase their goal tally.
That's right. Well, let's have a look. Started very brightly, for, as you say, for Grimsby. A goal in the early stages. And the man that we were talking about before the game, Mendonca, the goal scorer, it was a tasty little goal too, David, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's very good at those little goals, Clive. He's a good finisher, and I think he probably knew I was there and said, take that.
One for the old boss, right opposite us as well.
Yeah, I think I'll phone Alan Buckley up and get another 10,000.
You said something in the contract about it.
That's right, I should have done.
Yeah.
I said to Alan he'd score goals, but he knew that anyway. But
Yeah.
Delighted for him. So they had a great start, and Birmingham had to force their way back in because Grimsby were very confident in this spell.
Well,
and I think Trevor made the point, they lost midweek. It could have been nasty for them.
Yes, it was. But I mean, they did force their way back into the game, and against the wind, which is always difficult. But they've got a big centre forward up there. They were playing a lot of balls in. But they scored from a set play. Nigel Cleghorn, the scorer. And it was one that I think if you were down this end of the ground, you might have thought, you know, did that go in the net?
That's right. My first reaction was that it hadn't, but the linesman was perfectly right, and you can see it hits the angle just inside the post. And Cleghorn does very well. He comes off the back post, and he's very brave because he could have taken a kick in the head there. And obviously they'll be well pleased with that.
And that's the camera in the goal, and
Yes.
new lens needed for the camera.
It's one of those. I wasn't certain if the referee knew whether it was a goal or not, but the linesman was immediately on hand and signalled a goal. Well done to him.
I remember a goal at Coventry like that, remember? A few years ago.
That's right, hit the staunchion and came
Hit the
out, didn't
staunchion
it?
and came out.
That's right, very quickly, wasn't it?
Yeah. In fact, the referee didn't give the goal.
That's right, he didn't give it. I think it was against QPR, wasn't it?
That's right. I think
Yeah.
you're right enough. You've got the teams
That's
there.
right, yeah. We could have done one of those yesterday.
Welcome back to St Andrews. We're waiting for the teams to re-emerge. But David, I mean, we've talked about the wind there, and John Hill mentioned it before. And it's blustery. It's that kind of day because, again, the sun has come through now, breaks through. The wind dies down, everything looks good, and then all of a sudden another gust comes in, the clouds roll over, and it's making it difficult for the players.
It does make it difficult. When the wind goes, as you say, it's ideal because the stadium's quite well enclosed. But when it comes up, it is very strong, and Birmingham are going to have that advantage in this half. And they're obviously going to use Sale in the air because obviously his height is an important factor. I mean, he's a young lad with a lot to learn, but also one's got to bear in mind that Louis Donner was very quick and strong, and if he can feed off of him, you know, he could cause problems in the Grimsby penalty area.
Well, we're saying about the wind behind him.